Joined by Austin O'Malley, the Cuala manager here at Parnell Park after a sides go-ahead Ireland Senior 1 football final win over Kilmacud Crokes. A 1-point win. What a game of football it was in the end, and you come out on top. What's your overarching reaction at this stage?
Yeah, I suppose relief is a word that comes to mind, but just so proud and so proud of the bunch and so proud of the club in terms of even the crowds that they brought here today, and it just lifts my heart and soul to the heavens to be here in Parnell Park today and to be part of this and to be part of this group and be part of a club that have really backed what we're trying to do. And I suppose we've said all year it's all about growth, the individual growth of the player, the collective growth of the team and the unit, but also the growth of the club as well on the back of this and all the great work that's gone out underage. And it was just brilliant to see so many young people here today and for them to have that memory and that moment as well. I'm sure it should inspire them and drive them on as well. So look, it's just fantastic.
From the game point of view itself, we can obviously tell it's extremely windy here today, and that made the game very difficult. Very difficult conditions. You handled it very well though in the first half. Obviously you had a lead at half time. Crokes coming back into it there in the second half. Obviously that goal levelling matters and everything that happened around that time. You must be delighted with how the guys reacted to that last few minutes of the game, having handled the game so well in that first half with the really hard conditions. When Crokes came back at you, you were able to hold them off.
Yeah, it's just been a measure of the group. I suppose we talk a lot about courage and belief. And backing ourselves in those, kind of pressure points within games when things turn. And we spoke probably at half time. We knew that Crokes, they're such unbelievable champions, they've such unbelievable players and unbelievable experience that we knew they were going to come with kind of a lightning rod. And it was about absorbing that really and staying true to ourselves and still pressing on. And numerical advantage they had at the end there, but I suppose we have, in training we've often repped them scenarios. So I suppose psychologically we knew probably in terms of altering our shape but still going for it as well, and that was the most pleasing thing. And you can talk about the technical and the tactical in those moments, and the game is so fraught and it's chaotic, but I think the thing that holds you together is just that raw desire and that belief and that courage where they stuck at it, and to a man they could see the light through the door and they just weren't not going through it. So I'm so happy for them that they fulfilled their potential there today.
It's been a bit of a struggle for Cuala the last few years. I mean that from the point of view of getting out of Senior 2 took a while, maybe longer than you were hoping to do because of COVID and all these sort of things happened, which meant you couldn't get out of Senior 2 for a little bit longer than you were hoping for, I guess. You got out of it the last couple of years. You're obviously making hay in terms of making progress in terms of the Senior 1 Championship. To win it though this year, obviously it's the first final since 1988, first time ever to win it, to go the whole distance. It shows just incredible progress from the club over the last few years from a football point of view.
Yeah, it does. And again, going back to my first point, maybe it's all based around growth, and we've had conversations obviously within the club. The idea of individual growth, growing the player holistically, that they're developing obviously as a footballer, but they're developing as people as well, but also then that the group is developing and that we're pushing on, but the game being grown and developed within the club as well, and the coaching structures and all of that. So that's a really progressive thing. So I think when you have a club that are aligned so well and driving growth and looking to do the right things, that's what we've tried to do over the years. And I've often said maybe before that maybe sometimes there's days where the scoreboard doesn't show that, and you run the rule over, but we've always known that guys were growing individually, and they were getting stronger. And also to adapt to senior football coming from Senior 2 takes a while as well physically. So just even in terms of the investment in that side of it, and our strength and conditioning, that getting ourselves up to a level that we could actually physically compete with the likes of a Crokes and a Ballymun and these guys that have been super champions in the past, that takes a while as well. So there's a lot of things that need to be done, and just again, I go back to the club in terms of giving you the time to do that and develop that out. It's so important.
We heard the Cuala Ultras in fine voice here today. Great voice, great support throughout the whole game, especially at the end. We saw the reaction of it. What does it mean for the club to win this for the very first time?
It's incredible though, and look, in the build-up you're always conscious of it, that it's such a unique occasion, and 36 years is obviously a long time, and the biggest thing coming in, you're trying to keep players away from that as per se, and that we've talked about being just internally focused, and the external stuff will look after itself because we've such good people within the club to manage that. But you could tell all week it was building even on the social stuff they were running, and just the families getting together, and just I suppose the energy that was the groundswell that was coming behind us, because it is special and it is unique, and there was such an amount of great work going on around the team and behind the team as well to make this occasion really special. And I mean, you spoke about the Ultras, and again the young guys that are just there and the energy they brought, it was fantastic. So stays like this, they're just so special.